Remember when we found these super pretty gas tanks on the junkyard? Look at all those yellow tanks. I feel there's something here. The question is, what can we make from them that is not a lamp? I know what to do with it. Let's build a lamp. Not only a lamp though, it's not only a lamp. What I meant back then is I refuse to simply use this as the shade. But I have a cool idea, I think, for a little side table that has a lamp integrated. Let me show you what I mean. This is our gas tank, and what I had in mind was kind of build a table around it. So imagine this is kind of cut in half. And then out of the gas tank could come one of those cool workshop lamps that I found in the German trash and kind of have a light on whatever we have on the table. In my mind, I call it the fried egg lamp. What gave me this idea is just having all the materials that I would need. Sometimes that is all the inspiration. So I've had this for a while, but what I found, and you will not believe this, I found this in front of my neighbor's door. Check this out. This is really, really nice walnut. And she just had it together with some really ugly MDF and was like, yeah, I don't need this. I was like, well, I need it. So I think there's a table in here. Finding those two chunks kind of inspired the whole, ooh, this could be one leg, could be a really nice walnut table around this. And then I thought a light out of here that illuminates what's on the table could look actually really cool. And I have, of course, a bunch of those magnetic workshop lights that I brought from Germany. Just this shape would look so good, I think. Somewhat like this. Just the proportions are right. Let's do the glue up. Ooh, look at that. Boom! It's like completely mirrored. Mirrored. It's mirrored. Okay. Book match tabletop. Looks pretty good. So now I think, the sides look pretty good. Should we join them real quick? What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, 1 or 2 passes.
Yeah. Magic. Cool, okay. Glue up. Roughly. Couple dominoes. Every time I use it is like the first time I've ever done this. Okay. Cool. While the glue is drying, let's work on this. So we want the tabletop to kind of interrupt this. And there's a way where we just cut a hole into the wood, but I think it's more fun to slice this open, like cut this off the top, and then kind of, and that way we can see how thick the walls actually are, because I have no idea. And I want to know. It might be a pain to cut through this, because it's very hard to cut. Well, anyways, I just want to cut it open, okay? Okay, let's do it. This is where it starts to curve. Let's just see real quick how high this is. This is 43.5. If we're sitting, 43.5 is that height here. That's a good side table height. It's more like for Like a nice coffee table book or something. Yeah, that's a good height. How do I draw? I mean, honestly, we could probably... I moved it, but it will work. It is actually where I started. Okay, that is good enough. I mean, we are going to angle grind this, so it's not like we have any precision in mind here.
A few minutes later. A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, what's your guess? How thick is the wall? In millimeters, please. Otherwise, I will not understand you. Ready for the reveal? Hope you put your answer in the comments. 10 millimeters.
Wow.
That's a good cut. I mean, I'm very happy with the cut. Hold on, time for the cool tool. Unfortunately, I already have a doorbell. Beautiful. Yeah, we have maybe a millimeter. That's okay. We can live with that. Now, the big decision. Yellow or aluminum? Do we strip the paint? Do we keep it like that? Ah, that's tricky, that's difficult. I definitely don't like it as is with all the dirt. Let's get some super fine sandpaper and try to sand the dirt off. This, I love. I love this. This is perfect. That looks awesome! This is great. Okay. We need to invest in a bottle of clear coat because I think it will look better. For now, I think this looks awesome. And the wood should be dry enough for us to continue working with that. The yellow and the walnut does look really good together. Throw this through the planer one more time, huh? Now, oval. Okay, let's draw on the underside. We set 36. Oh no! We planed away the marks where the dowels are. That was dumb. Okay, 65. That feels good. Now, how to draw an oval. Okay. If it's an oval, we have to be wider, just to get a feel. I think we can do a little bit bigger. Let's do one more. Happening? Why is it now different? That was not a good thread to use. It is too stretchy. The knot was moving. It doesn't matter. I think we have what we need here. Let's do it. That looks so cool. I'm in love with this shape. This is really cute. Let's collect some cute things. And also we need to think about the second leg. I think that leg has to be as simple as possible. Just like, boop, that's it. We need to think about the lamp. We need to think about how to mount this together so it's actually a good lock. Lamp, lock, leg. That's all we gotta do. And then it's done. Lamp, lock, leg. Let's do lamp first. Let's take one of those lamps apart. The question is, do we want to take it apart any further? Or is this... Oh my god, it would fit exactly on it. I just don't like this much plastic. I think if we could use this instead of that, that would be much better. So I'm just gonna cut it off. I think this is it. This goes back on here. And this, we need to make something for this. Yes, that looks so cute. Then we just need to run the cable. We're done with the light, that's gonna work. Next, we should work on the lock, like how is it all gonna fit together? But I just had a really cool idea for the leg, and I wanna work on that first. We have this massive steel rod, right? And the idea was to just have this as a simple leg. What if we drill through the gas canister, so it comes out here a little bit, it comes out to the front and has another piece of walnut leg here. Is this idea good enough to potentially ruin the whole project? That looks so like 70s futuristic. I love it. Let's do that. It's my project. I get to decide how I want to ruin it. So okay, we have a 20mm rod and I only had a hole saw for 19mm diameter. That means a lot of filing for me, especially if you remember how thick the wall of the canister is. But I think I'm gonna sneak up on it and it will look so good. So it's all worth it. You should go home, Sam, though, because this will take a while. And when you're back, all of this will magically be figured out.
One eternity later.
Hello.
Hello.
How you been?
Doing good. How have you been?
Good. I think we're ready to assemble.
Really?
Yes, if I did everything right, which 50-50, we should have a lamp table in about 5 minutes. These are all the parts, and I had a blast figuring out how I can make them go together, taking advantage of the materials and the opportunities that we have. For example, this little thread in here. More about this later. First, what I did after you left is file the holes, make sure the rod fits. And then for the rod, I decided to cut an angle and have this be the kind of cantilever leg. Okay, let's weld this fucker. haven't put it in yet because I want the connection to be as snug as possible. So I didn't want to put stuff in and take it out. I didn't want to lose it. So I have not had this in there. I don't know if it fits. That will be interesting. Next, we had to connect the lamp to the top of the flask. And I did that by drilling holes and cutting threads. And I think this is a very secure connection. The cable can come out through this little hole that I drilled. We're through! And then to make that fit, it's just electrical tape. And it fits pretty well. We can put another screw in if we want to, or another round of tape, but I'm happy with that. That's good enough. Then we had to find a way to connect the tabletop to the bottom of this. And I did that by adding another piece of wood. These threads align with those holes, and in theory, we can tighten this together. Oh, and of course I oiled and put clear coat on that too. Everything is dry. Let's try to put it together, shall we? Order of operation might be tricky, but let's see. Cable goes in first. Already forgot something. This is for the cable, so cable goes through here. Cable comes through this. Great. This cable comes through here. The lamp. I know I need Wago clamps. That's what I always used. They're so expensive here in America. I'm too cheap for that. I will bring more when next time I'm in Germany. For now, wing nuts have to do. Okay, that's the connection. This goes on here. Good. Now, this goes on top of here with this bolt. This is my new favorite thing. So annoying. Okay, now we need to work on this. Look at that! It's good! The alignment is really good. Smooth! Okay, now the real tricky thing. Putting the cantilever leg in. Okay. That's good. The first one is not the tricky one though. Second one is the tricky one. You see that? Yeah. Let me get my mallet. Okay, so a couple things. I think I made the leg a little bit too long. This sticks out too wide, so I want to cut this. Because I really liked how it looked when that was flush. And I want to give this a little bit more width, so it doesn't want to tip like this. And then we're done. The fit is crazy good. Let's look for something that we could have in the bottom. Both pieces are ready. I think the easiest way to weld this together and make sure it's in the right angle is to bring the lamp over, put it in, and then weld it once it's in place. Probably should have tested the electronics before putting it all together, no?
Too late.
Too late now. Ooh! Ooh! A glorified extension cord. Okay, are you ready? Please, please, please. Aww, it is so cute! This is very, very sturdy. What a cool project. I think figuring out all the connections and making it reversible was my favorite part about this. And also, all of this is trash. And sometimes, I talked about this before, sometimes, because I have so many things, and then you find this one piece that brings together 5 different things into one project. And in this case, it was finding this block of walnut, liking the color with the yellow, liking how this goes together. Then a friend from the maker meetup brought me the steel rod, and it all came together. This is amazing. I think we paid 20 bucks for the gas canister, and this I bought in a German flea market for €1. So that's a pretty overseeable investment for a cute little piece of furniture like that. Okay, 2 things. What do we name it? And there's one issue that I haven't solved yet. I have 2 ideas, but I don't want to commit because I just want to enjoy this for now. But this is a little tippy, so this one can twist a little. And I don't want it to twist. I want it to be a solid connection with the gas canister. Now the problem is this is steel, the gas canister is aluminum, so we can't weld it. Do you have any ideas how to connect this? I have 2. 1, we drill across and put a metal bolt in there that has a thread in here that kind of prevents it from twisting. 2, we angle grind a slot into the end of this and put a big washer in that kind of locks this in place. If you have a better idea, I'm not ready to commit to either of those 2, and I'm open to suggestions. If you have a better idea, no glue, I want this to be reversible. How I could get this done in an interesting, cool, and reversible way, let me know in the comments. But for now, I think my work here is done. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week with a new video. Bye. This week's video is sponsored by Blue Eddy, and you have seen me use my little power horse quite a bunch. It's the Elite 200 V2, and I use it all the time so I can bring the power to my projects instead of running extension cords all over the shop where I potentially trip, and break my beautiful work. This is made for so much more though. Obviously, camping, RV, just using solar power. This is an absolute powerhouse and called the king of endurance because it has a life expectancy of 17 plus years, which means over 6,000 charging cycles. Now, why I really like it, couple things. First of all, this footprint is extremely small for the power it packs. This one has over 2 kilowatts an hour. And if you compare that to the market, other units are probably twice the size, meaning that units this size can only pack 1 kilowatts an hour. It is particularly useful because it has all these different kind of inputs and outputs, and that makes it really useful. For example, the DC outputs, USB-C, USB, the cigarette thing. Oh, I actually have something for that. It also comes with 4 AC outlets. And when it comes to recharging the Elite 200 V2, you can give this an 80% charge in 45 minutes. That is very, very fast. And also, do you hear anything except Smudo barking? Neither do I, because this is very, very silent. It has a max of 16 decibel. And that's nothing. It has a maximum output of 2,800 watts, which means you can hook up household appliances and of course tools. Actually, you can hook up 9 AC things at the same time. If you're interested in getting your own little powerhouse, then please click the link in the description. And I want to thank Blue Eddy for supporting my work.